Hello guys, welcome to another tutorial. For this tutorial, we'll be doing different kinds of load animation. We'll be seeing together the load animations we are seeing on the screen right now. We'll be doing together. So without any further ado, let's jump straight into it. The first one we'll be creating is this skeletal animation. And for the skeletal animation, I'm going to be using this design as an example. Alright, so you can use any design of your choice if you have any design. Okay. What I'm going to be doing first is to get a frame to size this grid we have inside of this design. So I'm going to size this grid here like so. I'll be pushing this out. Okay, I'll make this into a fill. I'll grab this kind of fill for this design. Let's go for something light gray like so. Okay, I'm going to be duplicating this one. I'll be extending the size of this. All right, maybe not so much, something like this. I'll also extend the width. Okay, I'll be telling you the reason why. You'll be seeing the reason I'm doing this in a bit. Okay, I'll make this one, I just pull out, I'll make it into a gradient. So I'll come into my color here, go to this second tab here that says gradient, click on that. All right, so we're having this kind of gradient fill. Basically this color I'm having is looking too dark. Okay, so I'm going to make it a little bit less dark. Okay, I'm going to move the direction of this and probably even add one more gradient to make it 3. I'm going to click on that, so I'm making 3 here. All right, so I'm going to push this. I'll click on this one. That's the second one. We are going to add a little bit of depth to that. Okay, for this one at the top, you can make it a little bit more white, something around there. Perfect. Okay, so you can move the direction of this. So by now you can tell that this one I'm doing is what I'll be pulling into this other frame. Okay, to get that gradient effect. Okay, so now let's just do what I just said. I'm going to push this inside of that. All right, like so. Good. So I've gotten my first gradient design. I'll duplicate that first one. I'll come into the design. Alright, so I've entered into the design, the second frame that is inside of this. I'm going to click on this linear again and change the direction basically. Okay, I'll change the direction, something like that. Alright, I'm going to duplicate again. Oh, it's going south. I'll pull it back. So go inside again, double click to go inside the second frame. You click on this your color here, the fill for gradient, to get this line coming out. All right, so I'm going to change the direction this way now. I don't want that white to be too prominent. Okay, all right, I think I'm a little bit satisfied with what I have. All right, I think I should adjust this a little. So I'll come into that design, then reduce the gray I'm having here. All right, now that I'm done, I'm going to select everything like so, then come down here and make it into a component set. After making this into a component set, we do our prototype. All right, so you can switch to your prototype tab here, click on this, then connect to this. Please make sure I'm not making this mistake to connect to this frame. See this large frame, the frame that is inside our small frame. Don't make that mistake. Make sure it's connecting. Pull it more down to connect to the second frame. All right, so you do after delay of 1 millisecond. So we want the animation to be smart animate. Our easing should be linear and duration 600 milliseconds. I'm going to do the same for this. I'll change this to after delay of 1 milliseconds. So it's going to be linear, smart animate 600 milliseconds. Perfect. So we connect back to the first one. We are doing after delay again of 1 milliseconds. We have smart animate linear 600 milliseconds. Perfect. So let's start the animation now, the skeletal animation on this screen here. I'll jump back to design. I'll duplicate this here. Okay, I'm going to push this on this like so. so you make sure it's really covering it. Yeah, increase the height just to repeat. Alright, I'm going to duplicate this too, push this here and do this with this, then duplicate again, push this here, then cover this. I'll duplicate this one. Alright, and push to the other side like so. So by now you already know what I'm trying to do. Okay, sure we already got the points by now. So without any further ado, I'm just going to fasten this process. Now that you know what I'm trying to achieve, I'm just going to fasten this process, not to waste too much of our time. Let's review to see how this works. So I'm going to hit Shift and Space to see. Okay, as you can see, this is working quite good. So I'm going to add one last thing to this animation to make it a little bit realistic. I'm going to duplicate this this right here. I'm going to be deleting everything that I have on this screen. Okay, like so. I'm going to click on this screen, jump to my prototype, then under prototype I'm going to connect this screen to this one, and I'm going to change this to after delay. Alright, so I'm going to say delay for 3000 milliseconds. After delaying for 3000 milliseconds, I want you to play for the duration of 1 millisecond. Okay, so let's preview to see what that looks like. So this is going to obviously delay, then it loads the whole screen like so. Alright, I hope we got that. If you have any question, just drop it in the comments. I'm going to jump to the second animation. The second animation, I'm going to be using circle to achieve that. I'm going to click on ellipse. Okay, I'm going to draw my ellipse like so. These are our ellipse. Okay, what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to come to this arc here. Please make sure you are zoomed in. If you are staying this far, you won't see the arc. I'm going to zoom in again. So I'm seeing this arc right here. I'm going to click on it and drag like so to break it. You see the center, you use it for rotation. So I'm going to make this into something like so. Then this one is what connects it. So I'm going to connect it back to this like that. After doing this, I'm going to come to my fill, right, and make the color. I'm going to make the color from solid to radiant once again. So, but in this instance, I'm not using linear. I'm going to be using angular. Alright, I'm going to make this 100% so it switches to the other side. Then I'm going to make in this side in this color green. Alright, I'm going to zoom into this. I'm going to pull my circle. There's a circle I need to pull here, so this doesn't look too sharp like so. Okay, I'm going to make this circle in this color to make it blend like that. I'm going to select everything. I'm going to right click. I'm going to group this. Okay, now right click again and frame selection. Alright, so after doing this, I'm going to make this into a component. Alright, so after making this into a component, I need to make it into a variant. So I'm going to come to this side here that says add a variant. I'm going to add a variant, so I have another one added down there. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to come into the group, this group here. I'm going to click on that layer, okay, and make this to be 90 degrees. Alright, I'm going to click on this frame, then add another variant. For this second one, please don't rotate the variant, make sure you're rotating the group inside. So I'm going to click on this group here, and I'm going to rotate it for minus 180 degrees. Alright, I'll click on this component again. I'm going to add one last variant. For this last variant, I'm going to be making this. I'm going to click on group again as usual, and we make this to be minus 90 degrees. Good. Then we start connecting our prototype. We start making the interaction. I'll jump to the prototype tab. I'm going to drag on this to this. It's going to be after delay of 1 milliseconds. I want it to smart animate linear for 600 milliseconds. Okay, I'm going to do the same for this one too. I'm going to connect this to this. After delay of 1 milliseconds, I want this to be smart animate linear for 600 milliseconds. I'm going to connect this also to this. We are going to smart animate this too. After delay, then make sure it's smart animate linear 600 milliseconds, but make sure your delay is 1 millisecond. Alright. The last thing we do is to connect this one back to the first one so it keeps looping. I'll do after delay again. I'll do 1 millisecond smart animate linear for 600 milliseconds. Alright, so we are done. Let's see what that looks like. I'm going to click on this one, duplicate it. That's my instance now. Alright, so we preview this. As you can see, it's looping infinitely. That's how that works. You can use the same logic we did for this. Let's produce this way. We can say, let's connect this one to this. We are going to do after delay, just the same logic we did earlier, 3000 milliseconds. I want you to play for milliseconds. Alright, so if you preview this now, you see it plays for this long. Afterwards, it animates to the screen. Alright, let's do the last one. The last one is I think the easiest to do. I'm going to draw two rectangles. So I'm going to do Ctrl D on my keyboard. When you do Ctrl D, the rectangles will stay on top of each other. Alright, so you can separate them by pushing this one a little bit backward. Then make the one on top in that color we're using, green. I'm going to select everything like so. Right click and frame selection. I'll duplicate this like so. Then come to the second one, push it to the end of this second frame. Now select the two and then make into a component set. Alright, I'm going to click on this first one, jump to my prototype, then we connect this one to this. So the animation is going to be after delay. I want it to delay for 200 milliseconds, but I want the duration to go for 2000 milliseconds. So the longer the duration, the longer this plays for. You see, so we can change it from linear to let's do something different this time. Let's say gentle. Okay, now let's see what that looks like. So I'll duplicate this one. And put it here. Okay, so we play this, see what happens there. Okay, so if that is going too fast, you can come back here, click on this and make change. So let's do 3000 milliseconds. Alright, so let's see what that looks like once again. Alright, you can see. I'm sure you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, please consider liking, sharing and subscribing to this channel. I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Bye.